Hello and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. We are continuing on big, massive conquests. Ooh, our extended banner mods have been updated. That's fine. That shouldn't be a problem. We have two mods. We have the extended banners mod and we have Age of Colors. Though someone has recently recommended me a new color mod that we may try out on the next playthrough. In fact, probably all of the stuff will be updated for the new Ways of War expansion, so we'll probably play with a couple of little visual mods on the next playthrough. We are, when we last left off, sieging down Radiance. We got one more turn to go. We are blocking this cave, taking the Sanctuary of the Horde. The block of the cave is stopping these armies from coming down. Once we take this, we can also get that Sanctuary of the Horde. Oh my god. They are actually repairing the teleporter ruin at High Throne. I missed this at the end of yesterday. That's fantastic news. So we finally have a way to reinforce our armies here. On the eastern flank, we have 3 armies moving up to Tenant to lay siege to this. And I'm going to say we're probably going to just vassalize Zorn. Even though it's going to take a hit to our devotion, we stick at Paragon pretty frequently. When that happens, I cannot imagine a world that Megara does not declare war on us. It's literally impossible that she wouldn't. So we will also likely have to go down there and deal with her. With those armies. Once we take this, we can bring back another army. I think Aya the Raven is currently retreating. He says. Shoop, 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 shoop. No, she's in an army. Okay, so we're just building a couple of new armies and bringing them up then. We'll have the third army. I suspect I'm going to skip Sunhold and go straight to Lighthaven if I can. There's 2 chrono gates right here and here. And she has 1 city underneath this place with a teleporter. So I think if I burn down the chrono gates, there's also a teleporter there and a spelljammer. Gross. And there's a teleporter there. Oh my god. She might be a handful. You know the rules. When we last left off, we ended on an end turn. Today, we begin on an end turn. Let's get into it. Amazed Megara has not already declared war on us. It has been certainly some surprise. World Shaper has stolen my tower here, but I think that's okay. We have the vassals we need to keep it covered. I do have to be worried about this. But I feel that they are fairly occupied with other threats. It certainly seems like that's the case. Building outposts all over the place. All over the place. Excuse me. It might not be a bad idea for us to get a few more outposts up. For example, if I vassalize Tenant. Even if Megara does not declare war on us right away, I could just pop a little location down here and build a teleporter. Alternatively, I could just probably expand Mentor's Pond over a couple sections. We're taking a fight. Zorn is coming at us with the last of his armies. He gets an Avenger unit from a Paragon's quarters and Flame Herald's consecration. I imagine we've got to fight this. He's got a lot of heroes. What else are we looking at? A lot of Avengers. But otherwise, most of it is tier 2. 1 Scald, 1 Blessed Soul. What's the auto say? Like we could do a little better than that. I have 6 mana. Oh, all my all my armies are condemned as well. Let's start with the Ghost Firestorm. I don't know where this cough is coming from this morning. You know, maybe I should have just taken that. Realizing that I don't have any mana in this fight has me a little bit more worried. Slippery, slimy. Charon, you are a big tank, so you can come right out in front. This guy does have heals. So this guy's also got heals. That changes things up a little bit for us. Definitely lets us get into some better positioning. You are my mage. You have an Exhume Undead. Don't cast it yet. You're going to move over and get into position to give a heal next turn. I'm going to want to get rid of this Condemn, so... let's get rid of it on you for now. It doesn't work. Well, that's curious. Don't like that. Don't like that one bit. I'd like to get a heal over on these guys as well. What is their army? All the heroes are in here. We have a ritualist, a charger, an archer, and a mage. Oh wow, really balanced army. You know what I could do is I could actually bring these guys over here, and that way I can actually pop the heal on them. So that's what we'll start with. And before worse than auto, it's quite possible. I have enough to cast a single counter stance. We better make that count. I need some spells that cost souls because I have so many souls. The fact that I can pop a few heals down though is big. You've got Ghostfire. You've got Ghostfire. They are still too far away to be doing me any serious damage right now. Is Exhume Undead once per battle, or does it have a cooldown? Once per battle. What I'd like to do is get this guy over here so that when his heal pops off, he can get it on these dweebs. They're all right out of range. Methinks. I'm gonna go like that. Still can't quite reach us, but it's getting closer. Okay, so these are all basically mages over here. Let's not forget also that they all have sprint, so they can all move. 1 square closer than they actually say they can. I want to say means let's move into here. I don't know what to do about this war breed. War breeds have natural regeneration. Though only to what they start with. So that's not going to do me a lot of good. 2 mods, Avian Army Customizer and Lizard Folk Army Customizer, make the races prettier, and a helmet toggle. There's one I really like that changes the way that ironclads look. It basically changes the way that any tome-based units look, so that if you hire a tome-based unit like a zealot, it'll change appearance depending on whether or not you are feudal or reaver or arcanist origin. And I've really liked the look of that one. Okay, who can I make insane? I would have loved to get those Avengers. You'd be a good choice. Pretty decent Zephyr shot here. What are other guys back here? Seal bearers, transference seal, fire seal. Oh, that's cool. He has 2 different. Every enemy attacking units restore 5 temporary HP on hit. I never realized this. The seal bearers have different seals. So there's a seal of fire that does burning damage, and a seal of transference that does temporary HP on hit. Very cool. All right. You're stunned. You've got to be joking. Purge that. That gives you back all your AP. Fantastic. I could move forward and use this to hit also those guys in the back. It would apply frozen, a ton of lifesteal, among other things. Tap those guys again for a bunch of damage. Ooh. 80% chance of insanity on a hero. Resisted. 80%. That's a really good fire evocation. The problem is I was also thinking about exhuming undead because I don't really have much of a front line over here, and that has me really scared at the moment. This warbreed is struggling to stay alive. When this unit is attacked, they have a 90% chance of becoming inflicted with a negative status effect. You are also weakened. You are also weakened. You are also weakened. Purge that on the caster. That fire revocation could be even stronger. I could also cast channel power boosted even more. The problem is if I freeze a bunch of them with Dragon Breath, unless they have Ghostfire stacks already, those two are going to play against each other. Mistlings, T3 face summons from Tome of Mist plus counter stance is OP. Just because they get multiple retaliations? They can't get flanked, they get first strike. Base attack makes them teleport 3 tiles away, and they have a lot of evasion against ranged attacks. Interesting build. I like that. I like that very much. I'm gonna be real. I'm actually thinking about just staying put for a turn. And keeping this defensive position. Oh, they cast the miasma effect here. This side is going to get destroyed if I do that. 100%. All right, look, I'm gonna open with the fire revocation, I think. Am I? Is it ever gonna get better than this? I doubt it. Channel. Fire revocation. I'd love to be able to kill something so that I could death call, but I also don't think that I can really hit. So you're burning, you're ghost fired, you're burning. If I hit them with this and it freezes, 90% chance it's going to get rid of all those burning stacks. I am also concerned if I do this, it's going to destroy that house, which I think actually it 100% will do, causing my archer to be wide open. If I move here, that guy's insane. He's actually on my team, that means. Oh my god, and he gets the killing momentum. I forgot all about that. We got decaying zombies in the back, made out of angelic rats. That's a great look. Man, I forgot all about killing momentum. Oh, if I had moved one step forward. What a fool. I could actually move one step back. Hear me out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could move up and use Infernal Blaze, which would stack a bunch more fire hits on these guys. Or I could fall back and reform my line. If you move forward, I could Putrid Breath and hit probably all 4 of these guys. I don't think this Bone Dragon has a way out of this fight right now. Certainly not one that I can see. All right, we can go with the 2 Avengers, or we can go with the Avenger, the hero, and the other guy. Along with all of those defensive buildings. That opens up my back. That doesn't so much. I'm gonna go with this. Could kill one of those Avengers. He's got a busy guys there. You would do well on this. Obviously, my charge gets blocked, which is a bit annoying. The flip of this is I could just move up, curse strike him. Yeah, we're going to do this. Take that hit so that this guy can move in. How much HP do you have? 30. Okay, so flaming whatchamacallit is not going to work there anyway. That only does 22. I can kill the Inquisitor. That Archon Smite is nasty. I can't kill him. Can he cast that while he's in zone of control? Yes. Helm Splitter. So these guys have a lot of stacks of Ghost Fire and stuff on them as well. 3 Fire, 2 Ghost Fire. Sorry, that's 1 stack of Burning, 2 stacks of Regen. $30 HP, 41 HP. All right, we're gonna do this. Go for the more immediate threat. This homie can't really do much. I might as well just throw in defensive mode. This is a mage. What worries me right now is just leaving these guys all open to being hit by these chargers. Sadly, I just don't think I have an answer to this, so I'm gonna just come in there and take the hit. I could slap a Mask of Calamity on this dude. But I haven't quite figured out how to make that ability work well for me. He just went berserk. Interesting. Is now the time for counter strands? I don't think it is, so. This poor decaying zombie can't do anything, so. I do not have units that can act. I have 1 unit with no abilities. That I hope will buy me a little bit of time. Good on you, insane guys. They stunned them. That's really nice. My shades live for a moment. I've got a Seal of Fire on. Okay. That's a bit nasty. That's a bit nasty. Okay. I did say that Bow Dragon was not going to live. Okay. Boy, that dragon's taking a tasty amount of damage at the moment. But that is what he is designed to do. It's so funny how glitched out warbounds are right now. Low-key loving it. You got stun locked. Big stun lock over there as well. This guy's got a lot of stuns in his army. I don't understand how he did not trigger any of those retaliation attacks. I think I have an idea, though. Let's re-up our Ghost Firestorm. Just really hoping we'd hit that guy with it. Oh, he's not in range. Get some kills in the meantime. Heroes immune to loss of control effects? Only the ruler. Yeah. Heroes aren't immune unless they have special abilities. You come over here. Can you throw that? 5%. Because I'm blind? And it's a monk? Barf. I really wanted to have this guy charge that mage. And I would still really like that. This guy's heal is back online. Trying to see if I can get in range here to drop a big triple heal in. I think that's probably a smart play, even if it limits my movement. You are almost definitely going to use Terrifying Gorge on someone. Let's summon some free zombies first. 90% chance, 59% chance. Dude, I am failing some really rough rolls right now. That would have given me killing momentum as well if I had triggered that. So you do have a heal here. I think let's use it. I guess this guy does have tricky escape. In a worst case scenario. He dies from Ghostfire. I'm going to say this Avenger at 50% is probably my best shot. So close, and yet so far. That's okay, surprisingly. My biggest issue feels like how stunned all my characters are. I might actually just move in here and cast Frozen Flames. You're going to hit him for 31. You're going to hit him for out of range. He almost got a double kill. Skeleton polearm. You can kill the astral ward, but you can also actually do a lot of damage to a lot of different people. I'm gonna go for this Avenger. You already cast fire evocation, so your big thing right now is just that you can triple cast fire spells. I mean, that's not going to do much, but... I guess it's a little taste. I'm going to exhume undead here. And then I think we'll just kill this monk. I'm a little bit worried about Charon. We'll pop the counter stance here and see whether or not it's worth doing. This guy is, yeah, not stunned anymore. Ooh. Revived his hero. Ouch. Ouch. Not bad. Very nice. Good critical hit while he tries to run. Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. Only way you can guarantee it, recruiting them with Imperium. Oh, that guy's getting so much HP. Oof. Oof. Spicy Avenger hit. When do you normally get a Pantheon Leader join offer? I've done 3 games in the last week and not had a single join offer, but I've ended the game by turn 100. Oh, that guy's berserk. Oh my God. I was wondering if it's a very late game thing. I feel like typically around turn 80, but I do believe, yeah, it's completely random. I generally get it offered every game. I don't always take it, but the offer is there. I can't believe that. I just shot my own guy in the back. Surrender is doing a great job in being a jerk. Seal Fate Berserk. Condemned. Steadfast. So I could probably purge Berserk. And it purged the Seal of Fire. That was a good choice. You should just go after this hero. Skelly Pole Arm. Why don't you go after that Bastion? Or Defender, or whatever the heck it is. Yeah. Let him go for him. You can go for these guys. They're running. Those guys are not. Just basically moving up and chipping away at everybody right now. Really don't have a good shot here. Technically, this is going to do more damage for me. So why not? If you sprint Get that great graphic glitch. Immune to burning. Ooh, all of his heroes have immune to burning. Do they have Scion of Fire? Scion of Flame, they do. I wonder if that also makes them immune to Ghost Flame. That's actually a pretty good question. Raise Undead. Ooh. I can get my Bone Dragon back. Feels hard to say no to that. That poor guy's gonna get beat up. Stay there so you get offensive formation. It's not gonna do a ton of damage, but we get a little bit of flank. You're just gonna defend. And we'll keep cooking. Ascended rulers are on default, ruler or hero option. Yeah, it does seem like you can just recruit them now also for the Imperium cost. Ouch. I'm losing a lot of war breeds. Losing a lot of war breeds that I did not want to lose. Do I benefit from Cleansing Flame? I guess I do. Or at least I don't get hurt by it. You can spank him. Let's keep rocking that way. I got double heroes over here. Hit him with the tail whip. Frozen. You gotta love that. He can just give chase then. If you were to sprint, I can put you there or there. I tell you what, I'm gonna do this. Get killing momentum, then cast Death Call, raise him back from the dead as a protector, and then charge him. Nasty. Could I then second wind? Move here. That's just a skeleton. So let's freeze them solid. Take off some bonus shots. I think everybody else is fleeing at this point in time. I mean, this guy's frozen, so just come right in and purge him. Better than auto, I'm gonna have to say. Literally none of the units screen now were in the game at release. Some of them were. Zephyr Archers were. Bone Dragons were. Warbreeds were. The computer had a couple. He had like Inquisitors, Mage Locks, Blessed Souls, Defenders. He had more generic units. I am mostly using the new units because I want to show them off, though. 600 knowledge from that fight. That's a good way to speed up your research. Cleansing Flame is burning. That just removes buffs, debuffs. Yes. Ghost Flame is burning, so yes, they are immune. Is it? Because I thought it was technically different. I forgot we were also sieging Peacefold over here, who is attacking us in not the most favorable position. Oh, I'll take that. No problem. We're going to pick up a lot of cities soon. You get immunity to burning status that the Cleansing Flame applies and not immune to buff debuff removal. Okay. It's the agent, the one and only? That's me. I don't know about one and only, but I am certainly here. Chaos Affinity spells cost minus 20% mana. Insight Rebellion. Oh, this is such a good siege spell. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. We just got another hero spot, so we could actually take Lysor the Purifier for free. He was technically a good hero, but I feel like he's just fitting for this build. I also just love throwing in all of our other characters and having access to Eldritch Rulers and Dragons now. He's already got Renown level 3 also, which is really nice. I cannot remember what his Ascension perk is. Or if he even has one. Does he have an Ascension perk? He doesn't look like it. Eldritch Truth. What do you have here? You have Eldritch Phase, Enthralling Presence. Oh, Ascension is Pyromancer. That's right. Target units always suffers burning, and then it cascades to adjacent units. So he basically has the new Pyromancer Fire Revocator, but on a single cast. He should be fire, not lightning evocation, so we're going to reset these skills. Boop. But instead of taking Cascading Evocation, I'm going to take Devastating Evocation. Then a great question. Inflict burning to stacks of burning. Slain units explode. Guaranteed burning. Yeah, we'll go burn. You get your Pyromancer. You get the Forgotten Tome of Arcfire, and you get Enthraller. Eldritch Truth becomes Enrapturing Truth. Interesting that this is locked. I have no choice pretty much but to take Mindbreaker, because otherwise I don't think I will get this ability. Which is a little bit weird. One Eldritch Phase is nice. I have access to Thralls now, which is very funny. 10 HP, 20% evasion. Magic attacks do extra damage. Magic attacks do extra damage. So both of those are good choices for me. So would ignore status resistance, since he's really all about applying burning to everybody. But I'll tell you what, let's take Devouring Spell. Let's take Arcane Strength. Let's take a little bit of defense. Then we have Lysor ready to rock. He also still gets a helmet and armor. I guess we'll give him Universal Camouflage. He needs an army. guys all have armies over here? No, you actually don't have an army. So we're going to bring some troops over. We might as well kill these two dweebs. He doesn't have a teleporter. I'm literally not seeing any reason why I would not siege this city. What I want to know before I build anything is, can I enslave him? In the void. You're always in the void. Temple of the Pyre. Battlements and towers are destroyed, but support is not. All right, that's 5 turns to breach. So you have, what do you have? A Vow Keeper. I could actually split this army up right now. I'm mostly missing Warbreeds. Let's do that. At least they won't get the morale debuffs. Warbreed, Warbreed. Guess what else I want in here? If you guessed Warbreed, you'd be correct. Move you up to Lysor. These guys have more absorption. Did I build a teleporter on them yet? No. So I was thinking if I build a teleporter close to this, that would let me teleport on in pretty easy. So I think that's going to be our plan. Reasons not to siege. Sieges are annoying. Yeah, they certainly can be. Charon gets his last level. Obviously, I'm going to go Elder of Shadow here. 20 HP, 1 defense, 1 resistance. Whenever a unit is slain, he heals for 10 temporary HP, and he also gets Eternal 1, which means he comes back to life with 35% of his total HP after 2 turns, which is a lot for him. It's funny that I can just pick any of these despite not having 8 points in something. Like, I really should only be able to pick Elder of Chaos. Fire damage, controlled chaos. But no, I'm going to take Elder of Shadow. We're going to take Eternal 1. Can I get him more HP? I could. There's 30 HP here. That will give him 250. It's not a bad idea, honestly. How many points do I have left? He's got 2 more levels. Could give him Brutal Parry. I think I will take Greater Vigor. And then I might actually take Unyielding, because this would get rid of things like Stun. Which would be kind of nice. You got captured, you got collected, you got collected, you got collected, you got collected. Negotiations are successful. Bonded vassalage with High Throne. A breach is made in the Siege of Radiance. We're going to walk on into this place. We are going to Mended Torchbearers. They are anointed people and joy siphoners, devotees of good and adept settlers. It takes me less turn to migrate them, so I'm just going to do that. That's going to be my plan. You can sit in the city. You can watch that cave. I got to protect it from invasion. So I only need to hold out for 2 turns here. You're good. You're good. You're trespassing. You are still trespassing. This teleporter's up in 2 turns. School of Cryomancy, I don't want to build. I don't know. At this point, I suppose I might as well just start making war breeds here, even though they're not going to be nearly as good. The fact of the matter is I just need more troops, and I can't build them here fast enough. And there's not really any way for me to speed that up. I'm making gear. Empire development is up. We have 1 city cap available. We're gonna vassal peacefold. We're gonna vassal tenant. We're taking this city. We're taking this city. I'm probably gonna vassal Red Hilt after. Oh, I am being pillaged here as well. A lot. What a turn. Holy moly. Reasons to siege, you wipe out the annoying AI and speed up the game. I mean, that's definitely the perk. That's definitely the plus side. Was that 1 turn? That whole... that was a long turn. He should be willing to bend the knee once he comes back from the void. And there is a part of me that thinks about, like, well, maybe we should just leave him, but like, he's got a city up here. It's just a pain. And if I knock that out, then suddenly he gets to fight against purple along with our other allies in the north, who aren't actually our allies anymore. I'm probably going to have to just tank my devotion. Make a bunch of alliances. You only have plus 10. You have plus 650. All I need to do is defend the Golden Wonders. If I vassalized her and him and made an alliance with House Sundrin, I'd probably have to deal with World Shaper as a potential threat. But I think for the most part, it wouldn't be too bad. My big worry would be if I end up having to do something like take this tree and then Titania and World Shaper just end up moving over 6 armies or something stupid. Someone's moving a couple of stacks in. But he's back, so... I hope that's solvable. Used to be annoyed by the AI forward settling me, but now I like it. Give me those juicy grievances so I can bulldoze you in the Shadow Realm. Make others feel good about me. There's always a little trade-off, isn't there? I've just realized we literally don't have seafaring. I can't even stop these pillaging armies. New Empire skill development. Your units heal per move point remaining. That's really good for me. And I don't need the Imperium for anything else right now, so let's take that. You become Overlord. All occupied cities that are in the process of being absorbed or migrated will instantly complete that operation. War duration has to be greater than 10. I have to wait 1 more turn. That's good to know. Okay. What'll happen to something like Peacefold? I wonder. One more turn. You've got a Paragon's quarters. I guess a teleporter. Halberg is sent to war party. We have bounties that nobody can do. Maybe an outpost, but a new rally has started, giving us access to more living fog and corrupted souls. Why not? Megara's wandering around trying to figure out what to do. I feel like that is a war declaration just waiting to happen at the moment. And then we wait. We wait ever so patiently. God, the interns are slugging right now. She's bringing down a few from Heartfang. I don't think the kind of thing I got to worry about. I like that they have all these island nations, though. This is really cool. You don't often see that happens. Current plan on the next faction idea. You mentioned dragon rulers. We're going to do basically an all dragon campaign. Is the plan. I'm going to go Oath of Harmony and dragons. Those are the two main points. Lost an ancient gold wonder. We're on you. Man, this is a long turn. Whoops, all dragons, basically. Basically, whoops, all dragons. We're going to let a couple other things in there, like slithers. I don't believe... They might have actually updated. I think actually slithers do count as dragons now. I don't know if they did before, but I think they do now. But all the new harmony, prosperity things that you can summon, like Calamity gives you access to accursed fiends. Prosperity gives you access to celestial dragons. So we're going to dive in on that. Better get a good economy as dragons are gold hungry monsters. Yeah, I know. Very, very gold hungry. It's just such a long end turn. It is unbelievable. Come on, dudes. It's starting to make an argument for me to why to put score victories on games. Because I have noticed around turn 120, like the end turns start taking a pretty long time. Titania's losing fights though, which is nice. Sealass is moving in some more armies. And then thinking so hard that everything has to pause. That's a bit problematic. I'm hoping we can get that piece right away. If you are used to Warhammer at 3 end times, this is nothing. I mean, I am. That's true. I don't know where she is fighting. It is possible Megara just comes up here and kills these armies. But it's a bit hard to say. My god, this was like a 5-minute end turn almost. Absolutely nonsense. A new cult called the Eye of Caesar has risen in the city of Rockguard. We can get production. We can get a bunch of draft in Rockguard. 80 gold per turn or 195 Imperium. I'll just take the Imperium, honestly. Draft would have been good in that city, but there are other things we can do. Posture, hello. Borg, welcome, welcome. All right. So, we've got to get more warbounds. I keep saying we've got to get more warbounds or warbreeds. I don't know that that's true. I screwed up a little bit here because I got a warbound and so my draft got used there. You know what? I'm going to build a little secondary army here. Spice things up a little bit. We've picked up the Radiance of the Horde. A new city. Now, we could put Bosun over here, and this would give us a second location with a recruiting governor. Alternatively, I could put Lysor over here, which might be better for right now while we rebuild the city properly. I don't suppose you want to tell me what special building you built, did you? I'm assuming, based on all these research posts, that your guild is a scholars guild. Yeah. This place is making 251 knowledge per turn. If only I had a knowledgeable governor. All right, man. Jeez, we'll keep Lysor in there for now then. That's absolutely bananas. I for sure want a teleporter. Doom Death Trench gives me mana and knowledge for each alignment level below neutral. That's kind of actually good for me. The Tithe Collector, gold per adjacent farm, and Forester. Yeah, all right. I mean, we got the teleporter there. Honestly, it might be better to put it down here. It's a bit of a safe location then as well, so. Swedish, Norwegian, English, and German. Oh, that's just 2 languages. They're the same image beam. 4 different kinds of German. Multiplayer knowledge income by turn 15. Be like, lol. Listen, I'm not messing with the multiplayer peeps. That's a whole different ball game. Can we? Yes. The answer to that is yes, we can. You really like me. You like me. You really like me. That's actually very good. Because if I allied with her instead. That's a lot of buffs on one ring. I need to sell you things, though. I have one of your nobles. What else do I have? That's a special hammer. That's nothing special. I could actually put that on someone. Boom. It's one way to stop a war. You guys can actually keep going. Okay, that's big. That's a big play for us. I like that very much. So that does mean everybody went to that teleporter. This teleporter's open? It is. It's time we start shifting gears a little bit. This guy only wants sea-based buildings because he gets huge bonuses from them. You're an entire army with a new weapon and new boots. How delightful. That chest plate is going to go on you. He needs a hat. Somebody in our crypt must have a hat. He's probably worth a lot. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 8, 10, 10, 11. See, I knew that was the right choice. I just had to look around for it. This guy's got a load of gear. We're going to sell his remains. I just realized I could have just sold remains instead of selling off gear, but whatever. 10% accuracy is actually really good for him too. I feel like a havoc is fine. That's actually better for you. That's really good for you. Dude, I'm just going to give him all these. Boom, 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 boom. Veramo, thank you for the primer. Much obliged. Much obliged. Sweden is Norwegian, basically, and German plus French plus something is Swedish. I mean, German and English is pretty much the same. Have you ever tried to learn German? All the words are just the same, but angrier. Germanic language root, true, but not the same. English destroyed the Germanic roots 1,000 years ago. I'll have you know the French did that. The Normans who were kind of French, yeah. Still Germanic language, hence it's easy to learn if you know the others. Yes, like Romance languages. Like I speak French and Italian, so I basically also speak Spanish. Kind of. It's not quite the same, but it's pretty close. It's closer than you'd think. Well, I guess I have money to do things now, so let's build an academy. And also, let's not build an armory. No reason not to make that a golem mine, though. We've picked up Silver Tongue, Fireforge, Arcanium ore. The Rings of Binding is complete. All of our heroes get 1 defense, 1 resistance, and 10% bonus damage. Ooh, that's so good. We gained a vassal, lost some devotion, but got a bunch of other shenanigans. You guys are over there giving me grief. You're giving me grief. You're giving me grief. You're giving me grief. Gee whiz. I just spent 500 Imperium rebuilding the population we lost. I don't know how I feel about that. Target owned or vassal city loses a population, but you get 3 thralls. 50 draft for 3 turns. Very fast movement. I love that I just have Eldritch spells now. Thrall effigy. This turns souls into thralls. Ooh. Ooh. I'd cast that. I can also go the other way with it. I mean, 50 draft, still 50 draft. Forgot which Scandinavian can't spell. It's just Germanic. Need to use that Amazon money for good use. Je préférerais supporter un autre Québécois. Merci beaucoup. I'm glad to take it. Give me that billionaire's money. Danes and Norwegian Norse went west. Swedish Norse went east. Novgorod, Volograd. French king gave Normandy to Rollo so he could stop Viking raids coming up the river. I'd believe that. I'd believe that for sure. Partner, native Finn, learned a lot about Finnish grammar through me as you're learning that. You never really learn your native language grammatically, and the school stuff goes quickly out of the brain. I get a big kick because I live in Quebec, but my partner is from Quebec, but all of my French is very France French. So I'll always learn how to say things, and then I'll say it out loud while I'm doing Duolingo or whatever. And she'll go, no, nobody would ever say that. Don't ever say that. That's not how it never, you can't say it that way. That's how the French say it, not the locals. And it gets a bit more complicated because nowadays half of Quebec is populated by the France French, because they've all left Paris. Bought up all the houses here. Oh, I didn't get peacefold. I guess that's okay. I mean, it's still technically owned by me. It's the vassal of a vassal. I think I was only like one turn away from that, maybe 2 turns away. My chat's just turning Finnish on me. Heard some stories about French versus Quebec French, mostly from watching Quill. Is Quill? Does he live in Quebec? I didn't know that. I'm gonna go hunt him down. Mount Royal is a known European French bastion. Yeah. That's my neighborhood. It's very French. But it's also funny because all of the local Quebecois hate the French, so it's quite the blend. One word means something fine in one and is like the F word in the other. Yeah. That's the classic switch. Okay, you're not a real army, but you do have a shade. You are a very real army and can probably come kill these guys. You can just come hang out and help. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to take that shade, put it in there. I really don't know what to do with these guys yet. They're currently just a moving fighting force, so. Do we research the Age of Chaos? Summon Baylor, I don't know that we need. We have all of Calamity. Infernal Focus would be really good. But you know what? We need to get Age of Chaos. We might as well start researching it now. Swedish French, but you live in Australia, so you got stuck with English. Kind of disappointed. Never got the chance to learn the ancestral language. It's never too late. You can learn a language at any time. It's a lot easier when you're a kid, but you can still learn it at any time. Don't let the foolishness stop you. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, roads. Yes, good. So you guys are ready to teleport next turn. You're ready to teleport next turn, though you don't really have an army. You're over here waiting for some of them. You should probably heal a little bit more. A vow keeper and a pyromancer. Give them the living fog instead. They can teleport. Merge them up with them. Boop, 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 boop. These guys are an army without a lord, but they're also just kind of like a scrap army of random units. I love that I can see across this giant lava divide. It's like, I'm coming for you over there. I see you, Stoneforge. Zorn is under siege in the north. Yeah, that's his problem. This is Kapu, my knight. This is the last level that Kapu gets. I don't know. Amplify Chaos could work on him. I just feel like it's unlikely to do a ton of damage. Enemy adjacents become slowed. If they were already slow, they become immobilized. Charge reflects inflict immobilized. I'm gonna get unyielding. Kapu's been a monster. We don't really see him in action all that much, and he doesn't have a great weapon. But make no mistake, he does damage. He puts in the work. Those are fine for you. Slippery and swift is good for you. Kill them. And then go back downstairs. I'm playing hide and go seek with that army right now. A ruined province could be rebuilt, sure. We're gonna mesmerize, draft, and rock guard. You've withdrawn. You've been captured. A nautical governor. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. The amount that you can scale sea-based civilizations right now is even wilder than it used to be. That rivalry is over. We got bounties and bounties. Interesting friendship. Rivalries. War parties from the west. This guy wants to improve things. That's got to be coming. Minus 800. So I probably don't want to pull all of my armies west, but I need some backup. And real talk, I actually think that talking to her when she comes back from the void and trying to get an alliance is a good idea. Because if I have an alliance with her and I have these two vassalized and I have an alliance with them, or I just conquer this and keep it for myself, however we decide to play with that, that should just protect me. I need to get someone up to that tree of the Fae. question. Do you have universal camouflage? No. I have a bunch of items that give universal camouflage, so I'm starting to wonder whether or not we slap them on somebody. You think Quill is a bit Quebecish? Quebecois. Quebecese? Like cheese? Did not want to use autocorrect and say something wrong. Yeah, no worries. Quebecois is what they're called. Cosmic damage. Oh, cool. Fire, lightning, and frost. What gave me access to that, I wonder? And is there anything else I'm going to want on this guy? Frozen is always really fun. So Cosmic Spike is a single target. We've got Order, Astral, Nature, Order. Would Celestial be the right choice? I suppose it's fairly likely we end up against Celestial units, but if that's the case, I could just take Magic Origin. You got 2 more points here. Well, you know, if we're gonna freeze them, let's have status vulnerability instead. Distracted? Yo, you know what? That's actually kind of nice. Frozen, distracted, status vulnerability. Cannot move or attack. Everything is a flank. Which I think is the case if they're frozen anyway. So you know what? Maybe we switch that one up. And we just do something like Sundered Resistance. Remove status resistance as well. Yeah. Now the other question is is this actually what I want to put on this guy? We'll call it Hell Froze Over. And we'll get rid of a couple of other items to give us room. Yeah, there's a universal camouflage ring, so I knew I had one on me. Perfect. These bind spells are really expensive. Met a bunch of Finnish sweet Aussies when you lived in the UK, yeah. Ancestry so boring you could get into Ednan Pass? I don't get that one. I'm very Irish and English. Basically from, if it goes back far enough, it's Cornwall on one side and then Southeast Ireland on the other. We were the love that crossed the channel. Not really, though. They met in Canada. Amazes us we can't make a ghost fire damage weapon, even though it was literally added this DLC. Yeah, so I was actually kind of just looking for that and wondering whether or not it would be there. And I was a little surprised it was not. Arc fire, sure. Radiant, great. Death, new one, but not ghost fire. It feels like a bit of an oversight and something they might patch in. French on both sides since the colonies. Yeah, people ask me if you're from France. You know, it's funny. My partner is from Montreal, but her family is from France. Partly. I mean, they go further east depending on how many generations you go. But because of it, a lot of her French is very France French. And you get some confusing looks sometimes from both the French and the Quebecois. She does some pretty good job of code switching. Nazi scientists hiding in Finland. Invincent Laborwurst that glows in the dark. That's the only kind of Nazi science I could get behind. Making things glow. Specifically in the dark. And specifically in non-harmful ways. It's very difficult to say I can get behind anything Nazi without having a lot of disclaimers. Asterisks, asterisks, asterisks next to it. Here's what was given out to truly Eric Germans back to prove how German they were. Okay. God. So many armies. At least they're not very strong. They're all like... all generally 1,000 points. At least we got that going for us. Alright, we got a Academy in Rockguard. We might as well build a Mason's Hall. Scholars Guild here, going into a teleporter down here for when we have to turn on Megara. Which I'm gonna hold out for as long as we can on. You gotta go through there. God, my kingdom for some chrono gates. You gotta go through here. You gotta go through here. Are you just gonna be an army of chargers? Based on the way things are looking, maybe. Why not? You know what? It's a 3,000 point army. Who doesn't love a Warbreed army? These guys are probably going to teleport back and join that basic army defending our home territory that has no heroes. And you are an extra hero in this army. So I'd make an argument that I'm actually wanting to build another army here. So if this is a Shade, a Zephyr Archer, and a Trickster... let's probably go a second Accursed Blade. Now let's just go Warbreed. And we'll put her in charge of that army. Actually, I guess we're going to need to have more than one there. You know what? We'll do another Accursed Blade. And I can start spending some money rushing this settlement as well. All right, this is good. This is all very good. Causes a Forester. You don't really have anything to build here. You can repair that Caltrop stash. You should repair those Archer battlements. Get that stuff repaired. And probably a Paragon Quarter. Excellent. All right. That's looking tasty. I think that finally puts us back at the right amount of population. God, this place requires so much. I can't believe I've dumped 4 levels. It's like 700 Imperium I've just dumped in that city. Oh yeah, I guess the other question is adds a Phoenix to the Rally of Lieges. Okay. And magic origin units are cheaper to keep in this city as well. So if I was to fend these, I could just defend them with accursed armies. Accursed fiend armies. All right, Zavetica is also back, so we can start talking to her. I want to make sure we bind the wonders before things. I want to make sure we get the alliances before we start binding all the wonders. Because otherwise it's going to cause us some kind of gross chaos. The moment I start binding those wonders, we start taking permanent grievances. Which honestly, I think is why the computer is all turning against each other, because they've been binding wonders. You dare come at me? In my cave? Homie's packing a lot of mythic heat. Okay. Okay. We still got it, baby. The gas is still cooking. Megara, are you going to war deck me? That's a nasty army at 17. She's got some good looking ogres in here. Funny that she still won't upgrade her equipment properly, but we might as well form a lot more than that. I don't need a province claiming pact with her. So this army was going to teleport back to you guys. And then we're going to divvy up those armies between each other. You're a new army being formed. You're going to go for this Sanctuary of the Horde and explore it. 2 dragons rise up. We're just going to straight attack them. No problem. 2 bone dragons. A ring of true sight. Tier 4 true sight vicious killer with wind barrier. A tier 2 sword. 500 Imperium. Ooh, or a golden golem. Ooh. Afternoon Labs, curmudgeon. Take it easy, dude. Have a good weekend. I think they said about adding more damage combo in the Giant Kings DLC as well as rebalance. Okay. I think the Giant King DLC is probably going to have an update to all the elementals. I'd be very surprised if that wasn't the case. It looks like the Giant's King is going to be Astral and Materium as like the 2 focuses. And so I suspect elementals and summons are going to get a big part of that as well. They talk about, in the description on Steam, they talk about using crystals to empower your characters. So crystal something is going to be what a lot of it pivots around. And I've just been looking at builds recently and realizing Astral has not really been given much. There's not a lot going on in the old Astral tree. And if you have crystals, to me, that sounds like Astral and Materium. I love wind barrier rings. They're really good. It's also a tier 4 ring. I also love 500 Imperium, though. That's 10 turns of Imperium. Which allows me to start making this play. All right, so I have 3 gold wonders under my control now. Caesar can come out here, ditch these dweebs, take those bone dragons. 3,000 strength. You're stuck with them. You're still healing, so let's just let you stay in and around our territory here. You know what? You should probably build a road to connect all this. That would be nice. We're going to move everybody up in a big squad. Rockart has more to annex. So far, there's been little reason not to just keep building foresters. Especially because they'll boost up these ritual pyres. Lysor gets another level. I believe I was going for magic attacks, 2 extra damage. Okay, and we are ready to start binding. Wow, I also have a ton of thralls now. What is your grievances? So she's not too bad. You don't really matter. You're vassalized. No matter what I do here, she's going to have valid war score. So my question right now is whether or not I want to grab anybody else into this alliance before I start binding everything. And really, that's, do I want Venera into my alliance? That's her city as well. Linsk. I should really probably put a Whispering Stone in there, but she also has Reg Hash. Oh, there's Gold Wonder here and Orate Sanctum. Would that be worth it? She would distract these upper armies. You're at war with World Shaper, though. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with her. Which does mean I'm gonna cast this right now. 400 mana for every one of those casts. You know what? We'll give her a declaration of friendship as well. Just to make sure things go smooth. And then we got our first bind. I love it. Apothis, by the way, thank you for the follow. Sorry about that. Welcome to the agency. Do like Astral, though. Teleport heal is sweet. Oh, Chrono Gates are unreal. The Tome of Teleportation is pretty much worth taking in any build. Lemon Gnats is affected by some stuff it was not like before, like Shepherd. Oh, Elementals are affected by Shepherd. Oh, no, I didn't notice that. I guess any units that evolve. So the early stages of Elementals would all be affected by Shepherd. The last non-opposing element to combine as well. We have all the others from the DLC and the tomes. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to build out some stuff with Astral and trying to see what else connected, and I couldn't do anything with Materium, so it should be a good DLC. The buffs are mostly for Magic Origin units, which Elemental also are, yeah. Astral is OP, at least the Tomb is cool. Yeah, I think Astral is very strong, but it is just not as well developed as all the other trees because of the DLC at this point. So that's why I suspect it's the focus for the next one. And Materium is one of the other ones that, while it has a lot of dual tomes, seems to be a bit lacking in a weird way as well. I think we'll get a Astral Shadow Tome that focuses on cold damage because cold is underdeveloped. When you compare it to fire, when you compare it to how many tomes do fire effects, which is like 5 versus 2 for cold. And then I think we'll get Materium and Astral for some more elemental lightning things as well. I suspect Wind Ragers will get an evolution form. Probably because they're currently tier 2. So they'll probably get a tier 2 to tier 4, which will give us a tier 4 elemental, which we don't currently have. We have Earth Elementals at 5, but no tier 4 elemental. These are my current guesses. Oh, the Ambition Shepherd specifically requires you to win battle with just animals, plants, dragons, and elementals. Yeah. The Druid perk you get from Shepherd, also just elemental plants, animals. Yeah. Toma Arcfire would also be cool. Yes. Yeah, you can kind of see where they have a bunch of good open opportunities with elemental. And if they're going crystal, because that's the whole thing that they talk about in the description is crystal magic. So there's no way that's not Materium. You can't have fancy crystals, fancy rocks without it being Materium. And there's just no chance Astral is not involved, so. They haven't told me anything. What do you like? Empires with a strong economy. Ooh. Look who's got a strong economy. It's me, baby. What do you have? Archon Blood and Tranquility Pools. Do I want any of those? Let's find out. Yeah, I want both of those. It's just gonna unlock more stuff. I don't need 4 Tranquility Pools. Ended rivalry, sent a war party. We can create more bounties. Capture Hartheim. That's their capital. Zorn can accept that. Oh, Zorn, I like the way you... I like the way you think. Can you take Heart Fang? That would be really good. If he controlled the seas, that'd protect a strong flank for us. Zoo is ready to keep annexing even more provinces. We got everything around the Accursed Shrine. I guess I could take this gold mine. What size city is this? 22. Let's give him another farm. Strange as that might be. All right. You guys are going to come back here. So we have a couple of small attacks happening. How do we want to break these armies up? I want to say... Caesar should go with the mage. And then maybe Charon? Charon's actually kind of weak at 19. $2,025, 25. Because like a bajillion. Yeah, I guess we'll take Capu with him. So Charon, Lysor, and Alduk. I'm okay with that combo. This is an army from Pinnacle. He's got a big army moving over here. Who else is he at war with? Purple and World Shaper. And I gotta wait 4 turns to get that alliance, but that shouldn't be any issue. 390. So, man, do I go through Sunhold here or... Part of me is just thinking if I don't take Sunhold en route to Lighthaven, I don't know how I'm going to handle this. So I guess let's just move them up like that for now. Okay, and then these guys need to divvy up. I've got Vowkeeper, Vowkeeper. There are 2 seal bearers in here. And you're a seal bearer. Vowkeeper. I guess give him an honor guard. All right. They're nothing too major, these little armies. But they should be enough to keep any of these weird rampaging armies at bay. And it's not like I can't afford them. You got more stuff captured. Everybody else is good. Gotta wait more on this bind Ancient Cold Wonder. I'm honestly wondering about ripping down all my research posts and turning them all into conduits so I can just have insane amounts of mana. Then again, I also like producing 1,000 knowledge a turn. It's pretty good. Industrial is going to eat good next DLC. Yes. Gold Touch, the materia major transformation, does not make you elemental, which is odd. Is it a major transformation? I don't think Gold Touch is major. But you are correct. It doesn't make you elemental, which does seem bizarre. Fiend, Angel, etc. changed. Yep. Yeah, I don't think it is a major. Material is the only one that doesn't have a major transformation right now. Unless you argued for... I don't think any of the Materium tomes have it. The Demon Tome, for example, did not make you Fiend, and they did change that afterwards. Yes, yep. Yeah, and this is why I think Elementals have a clear, easy upgrade path and an easy insertion in right now. So they're probably going to add Crystal transformation, which will turn you Elemental. Which I suspect is going to be high defense and high lightning resistance, but weak to... Good question. What would it be weak to? Frost? Or it might be high lightning, high frost, but low defense. Something like that. I guess I've never really done that. Want to try getting into the game and getting every single transformation and enchantment on your tier 4 racial unit to see how busted it is? Very is the answer. I've had a couple of builds. When we did the Megma Orcs, that was pretty much the idea for that build. Was see how many transformations I could stick on tier 4 units. Wants to build a big bulky race like Western Ogres or Trolls. Currently the bulkiest we have is Orcs. I think Ogres are bigger than Orcs. Maybe? I suspect. Kind of hope they would go bulky for the Oni instead of the skinny ones. I do feel like the Ogres are pretty big, but yeah, I guess 1v1 against the Orcs. I'm not sure where exactly they stand. No new forms for Giant Kings. But in the future, maybe. In the Archon expansion. Only the dragon has the Materium transformation. Yes, yes. Elemental Gambit is going other Materium or Astral. Astral crystals are a thing in the lore. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we have the lore backing up as well. Orc, take it easy. Enjoy your board games. Definitely recommend checking out that Game of Thrones board game if you haven't. High Throne interrupts your negotiations. I can't pretend it anymore. Why negotiate when I'll be dead tomorrow? Draft in my capital block for 1 turn. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I'm recruiting there anyway. Who needs levels? You 3 do. So let's just start bringing you 3 in. Kill them. Wah, wah. I'm honestly getting to the point that I'm thinking about buying more RAM. Something I never want to do. All right, Elduk is leveled up. This is level 20, the final level for our super tank. Take 15 HP. Bit of defense and evasion. His defense is actually quite bad at 6. I call him a super tank, but really he's just like a shield. Oh, I guess the thing is when he goes into defensive mode at the end of every turn, he gains an insane amount of resistances. Ah, you know what? Actually, Sentinel would be really good for him. Your new item is ready. So from the Relic of Havoc, we'll move into a Cosmic Spike, 20 to 33 damage. I love how it says it's tier 4, but it's actually a tier 1 item. You've also gotten some level ups. We're going to take an extra 10% damage on you. So that's 13, 13, 13 now. We got production needed in old Mentor's Pond. Let's grab an estate hall. You've got your last guy coming right now. Let's just rush him. This is meant to reinforce a bunch of the armies over here that are like the incorrect units in them. Pillaged, but not anymore. Friendship declared. Friendship ended. We've been denounced. Interesting that they ended their friendship. I think they know what's going on. They dropped from 400 to minus 150. Boy, that flipped quick. I'm just going to leave these guys on hold. So many armies here. Can you not move through the channeling tower? Why is your movement so crazy bad? Yeah, see, I can get to that conduit. Or that sanctuary, I should say. You can come down here. I am not really seeing a reason not to bring everybody down. You wouldn't mind healing a little bit, but you're still going to heal in this area. Mass Phantasmal Ritual. Enemy units in target and adjacent provinces sustain 15% of their max HP and lose status resistances. Can't wait till we can start casting these spells, but we're going to just keep binding wonders right now. And I guess making equipment. Who needs gear? We're missing a lot of side items. So I think that's probably where we go. Because we could do things like pick up more of these astral membrane items. What else do we have? Casting points 20. Astral membrane, berserker, undying. Trigger once per battle. I love my Phoenix Downs. We could also do the army recoup, army maintenance, which is a very good item. Let's make this look like a fancy skull. And we can call it the Skull of Otherworldly Support. And we can start pumping those out. You guys have got that. What else are we looking at just in terms of upgrades? Get a bunch of gold from vassals, combat casting points, mana and knowledge. I'm still really, really hurting on mana perpetually. Let's take fast pillage. You know what? Somebody pointed this out to me earlier in the campaign, and I didn't understand it, and I didn't believe it. Instantly pillaging for free Imperium and gold. And heals. That's insane. That's crazy. Mana nodes on the map are called astral crystal deposits or something? The extra 10 mana ones? The mana nodes? These guys? Just says mana node. I do think ones in the Umbral Abyss have a name that's something like that, though, which might be what you're thinking of. Get a server with 4 CPUs? No way it would lag. Your electricity bill would cry, though. I mean, I already feel like I've got a chonky CPU as is. Wish there was a building that sped up the forge. Yeah, me too. Be me and some other people instant pillage. The argument I'm trying to make in the game right now to the devs is because of the changes to the hero rework, I'd really like a building, preferably something linked into the Wizard's Tower, that allows you to build a shrine to an affinity. And allow you to get just 1 point of another affinity color, just to help with builds. I still get spell jammed. Rampant fire. Ooh. We're probably going to take some hits here. Take it. I'm willing to take it. I don't need those bone dragons. They are entirely optional. And I've noticed that they tend not to survive any of our battles. Probably because I don't have any necromancers. It does feel really crazy that I can have an Eldritch Ruler and unlock all the Thrall abilities. I'm very happy to have it, but it seems bonkers. You've got a Masonic Hall. Let's... I'll grab the Beacon of Valor. You're no longer recruiting, so you're recruiting more Warbreeds. I don't have to join this war. And it certainly does not benefit me to do so. You need 2 foresters. That's relatively easy for you to get. Might as well make one that ritual shrine. Ritual pyre. All right, so you lost both those dragons, and you lost something. These lads are actually faster if they teleport to there. Two dragons. You've got an archer, a caster, a warbreed. Why don't you take a warbreed? And then like something like a shade would be really valuable. I could go with a living fog. Let's go with the living fog. We're going to kick this siege off. Are we? How are we going to do this? 3 enemy non-hero units are mind controlled until the end of combat. Minus 50 stability. All defenders get ghost fire. Towers and battlements are destroyed. 2 accursed ogres appear. I mean, there's no question Ritual of Calamity is the best ability here. I'd also like some Devastators. Can I purchase mana? For so cheap? I also forgot that we can just bribe people into liking us. We have an economy going right now that would allow for that. Incite Rebellion also does a crazy amount of +6, +8, +5. No towers, no battlements. I guess support would be the other one. We can't really get it below 3. All right, let's bring Capu up. Why are all y'all so weak? I'll bring you up. We're gonna put you in here. Gonna put you in here. Lysor, you're gonna have to run back for right now. I think. Just because they're vibing. Lysor picks up another level. Blind, displacement, quick phase. Blind is pretty good for us. So I don't mind grabbing that. We capture a bunch more people. You've got a rivalry. You've got denouncement. You're fine, don't worry about it here. Why don't I just give you some money? I've decided if I'm going to make one alliance, I would like to ensure that it stays successful. So there's no reason not to just pump this up as much as possible. Here we go. That's 800. Give rid of that grievance as well. Just be like, hey, sorry we didn't go to war. Here's $1 bajillion. We have another binding coming up. So that'll be 2. I can purchase enough mana to get the 3rd. And then we just gotta take Lighthaven. In the lore, I think giants were known as great crafters. I believe they crafted the worlds for the Archons, so some crafting stuff might be explored. I'd be okay with them expanding the item forge. I really like it as a system. It feels a bit overpowered in some ways, but at the same time, it takes a lot to build up all the magic materials you need. And the fact that you can only build it just like 4 turns for a tier 4 item. You don't just like max out your army right away, so. If you look at the mana nodes, they do look like crystals. Oh, absolutely. No question about that. Yeah. Absolutely. Addicted to Stellaris? Good one to be addicted to. Oh, you hate my guts and itch to kill me? Here's a mountain of garbage and a small hill of gold. Now do you love me? Answer, yes, actually. Turns out very much you do. You get announcements, you get binding, you get grudges due to grievances. That's really funny because I can't pay off these grievances. Can I give you gold? Yeah, but you don't care about it. You got no interest. None whatsoever. All right. Well, all of our armies are in shape. We've vassalized Zorn. We're on the push for Sunhold right now. Late Haven is around the corner, which will secure us our 4th Golden Wonder. And then the wind is right there. We got to bind all 4 of them. Cast the Age of Chaos. And then hold it for 15 turns. If I'm remembering correctly, the Age of Chaos is also going to take a few turns to cast. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll see whether or not we can take Lighthaven and we can finally end this intrigue event on the next episode. So I hope you'll tune back in.